السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته أبنائي وبناتي طلاب الصف الخامس ابتدائي. Today إن شاء الله we are going to finish our science curriculum for the second term. We are going to continue our journey in theme 4, concept 2, pattern in the sky with activities 10, 11, 12, and finally we will finish our curriculum at Alex, yeah, in activity 13. Theme 4, concept 2, pattern in the sky. Look, there's a picture of the sky, and every night you can look at the sky. You can see what? You can see stars, yeah, in the sky. There is the moon, and also maybe I see the moon or not. And also, I always see sky in the sky, stars, stars, group of stars. Maybe seems like to be connected, and the group of stars which form a pattern, and it seems to form a pattern. This, my dear students, called constellation. This shape in the sky called what? Constellation. So constellation is not a star or not group of planets or not group of anything. It's a group of a star. Take care of that. It's constellation, group of stars. These stars form pattern or look like a certain shape in the sky. Stars form constellation not connected really, and they seems to be connected by imaginary line. So these stars not real connection, but imaginary line. If we look like at them, you can see that they are connected and they form a shape. Shape like what? Like shape of animal, shape of person. But this constellation in the picture in front of you called constellation Orion the Hunter. Called what? Orion the Hunter. And the one who gave its name, the ancient Greeks. Ancient Greeks give the name of this constellation Orion the Hunter. Why? Because it's relative to a mythical hunter. Okay, like to what? And relative to the mythical hunter, they named this group of stars what? Orion Hunter. Yeah, he carries what? An arrow, and there is a course, and he catch it and stretch the arrow. Okay, so is this constellation at the same position in the sky? The stars move. So, Miss, you said that the stars move in the sky because of what? Because of the Earth's movement. So, what about the constellation? The constellation also move. In fact, position of constellation doesn't change, my dear students, but they seem to move across the night sky. And take care to the word seems to move in the sky. Why this seem to move in the sky at night? Night due to the Earth's rotation. And constellation appear at different location in the sky during different time of not night, the year, due to the Earth's revolution around the sun, where we can see different constellation in winter than summer. And the other constellation, we can see them in the sky, still in their place. But it's not visible to us. Why? We location not the same. Our location it changed. Okay. And if we're going to talk about a very important point which is called starlight. Stars make their own light. Yeah, it's a true. Stars make their own light. And the stars made of hot gases that make them bright. Some stars larger than the sun, while other stars smaller than the sun. And the sun is a medium-sized star. Okay? And the sun gives of its light due to what the hot gases which found in the sun. What about the planets and the moon? They don't make their own light, but we can see the moon bright. Look, the moon here seems bright. That's not due to it make it light. It reflects the light from sun. Okay, so the moon reflects the light of the sun. Planets can't give off light and can't reflect anything. And there are stars in the sky. A group of the stars called what? Called constellation. All of these pattern in the sky, which is the title of our lesson. Yeah, yeah. And some constellations are visible in the sky, while other constellations can be seen during a specific season. Stars close to the North and South Pole, slightly moving, not rapid. Take care, and it's a very important question. Stars which are closer to the North and the South Pole move slowly. So the place of the constellation it changed a little bit in the sky. Okay, and note that the location of constellation during the year changed, and it helped the ancient people to know the main direction: east, west, north, and south. These main direction can be detected by ancient people and ancient Arab, yeah, using what? Using the location of constellation in the sky in order not to be what lost in the desert. Okay, now I want to ask you a question. If a question is what if a moon complete one revolution around the earth? If the moon make a complete cycle around the earth, we can see different moon phases. Different moon phases. Either if the shape of the moon differ, yeah, the shape of the moon differ, and we are going to study it in this session, inshallah. And also, half of the moon face the sun. If half of the moon face the moon seems bright. Okay, now let's continue this lesson by phases of moon. What about the phases of the moon? Moon revolve around the earth in elliptical orbit, and the moon has different shapes, different phases. Yeah, it has different phases in the sky. Why? That's due to three main points. I want all of you to keep them in your mind. Why the phases of the moon differ? Due to three things. Number one, Earth's revolution around the sun. Number two, moon revolution around the earth. Number three, earth and the moon revolution around the sun. So the secret here is the word revolution. Moon phases due to revolution. Revolution earth around the sun. Revolution moon around the earth. Revolution earth and moon around what? The sun. Okay. And what about the shape of the moon? Is it similar? No. As the moon orbits the Earth and both orbit the sun, we can see different parts of the moon. First one is the new moon. It takes place at the end of the lunar months or Al-Hijra months. And we can see the moon in the sky. My dear students, take care that new moon happens when it occurs. New moon when the moon, like a baby, between the sun and earth. What about the full moon? Full moon, it happened, yeah, at the middle of the lunar months. Why? When the earth between the moon and the sun. So when the moon in the middle, it's a baby and they call it new moon. When the earth in the middle, the moon will be full moon. I think it's clear now. And let's study these pieces of the moon. Let's start. First, crescent. The first crescent, the edge of the moon, appear illuminated. And this bright part increased gradually through the month. And we can say that it takes place at the beginning of lunar months. After that, first quarter. After that, first gibbous brightness increase, and half of the moon bright, first quarter. After that, 3/4 the moon bright, it's the first gibbous. And at the middle of the lunar months, full moon appears where? Yeah, moon is fully illuminated. And the phase in this case it takes place in the middle of lunar months. Okay. Now the brightness decreases gradually, and we can see what? Second gibbous. Yeah, decreases more and more. And now half of the moon, bright, not 3/4. It's called last quarter. And finally, I will not think finally, the seventh one is the second crescent. Yeah, there is a little bit of bright. But at the end of the lunar month, the appearing face of the moon, which feeds the earth, is what it's, my dear student, what fully illuminated. Okay, it's fully illuminated? No, it's fully darkened. You can see the moon completely dark, like in this picture. And it takes place at the end of lunar months. Okay, now we are going to study the last activity, which is about the planetarium. I think you studied it in the Connect Plus. You studied the planetarium. Planetarium is a place where we can see image. Yeah, this is a planetarium in Alex. It's a planetarium in Alexandria. Yeah, it's a place where we can what? Place we can find image of stars, planets, constellation, and other celestial bodies. We can see image for everything about the space. Okay? And people can learn the space from these planetariums. Okay? And also, planetarium has projector which display or show image. And this image on the ceiling, which like what? Like a dome. So the ceiling, like the dome, and the special computer program used in it. Why? To show everything about the sky. To show how the sky this month, this year, Yeah, or in the past. Okay, who work in this planetarium? A director? No, he's called a planetarium director. And the planetarium director, my dear students, science, who study the property and the behavior of celestial bodies in the space. So planetarium director use what they know about the space to manage the planetarium building and also to make an amazing realistic show. It's a show like the real one to bring the outer space to the earth. That's all about our science curriculum, and we finish it with a new job which is called Planetarium Director. Now let's check your understand with different questions. Yeah, let's start. Choose the correct answer. Choose the correct answer. One of the reasons that make moon has different faces is that the moon revolves around the earth, and this is that take care to the word revolve. Moon takes one lunar month. When the earth between the moon and the sun, it appear in full moon. Take care. Earth in the middle, there is a full moon. Moon in the middle, there is new moon. Celestial body revolve around the earth. Celestial body revolve around the earth and reflect. There is only celestial body, which is the moon, the only follower of the earth. We see the moon shining in the sky because it reflects sunlight. Sun is a star because it gives off its own light. Right? The scientific term. Look at this pattern. I call it for you bodies and phases. Dark object revolve around the earth, reflect the sunlight. That's the moon. But here, dark objects. The word here is plural, but here it's singular. Revolve around the sun in a fixed orbit. It's planet. Moon phase, at which the moon seems completely bright. Moon completely bright at full moon. Moon seems completely dark at new moon. Moon just one edge seems bright, that's called crescent. Now let's solve this general exercise on theme 4. When the shadow of the object is shortest, take care to the word shortest. This means that the sun ray perpendicular of the object. And the idea of the sundial depends on what? Yeah, I hear all of you. Formation of shadow. Moon revolve around the earth. Moon revolve around the earth. Yeah. Under the effect of what? Revolve around earth. So due to that gravity of earth. As the mass of the object increase, mass increase, what increase? Gravity. And if the distance increase, the gravity decrease. So gravity like the mass and opposite to the distance. Earth's gravity pull down toward what? Toward, yeah, perpendicular. Moon orbit Earth and the reflection of the sunlight on it lead to what? Formation of moon phases. Planet continue move around the sun, around the sun due to sun's gravity. Magnet has the force of attracting metal, iron, cobalt, nickel, and finally steel. Succession, day and night. Succession, like the word repetition, like the word cycle of day and night, due to rotation of the earth around its axis. And parachute, help in what? Parachute help my dear student in slowing down the velocity of the object falling to the ground. That's all for today, my dear students. I want all of you to study well and answer for Team 3 and Team 4 and waiting for you, inshallah, in the next session. Well, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.